Joining me now is Senate Majority Leader John Thune. You've been on Capitol Hill for quite a while. How did the briefings that this White House gave on a covert action compare to ones from the past?
We're going to find out later this afternoon, Dana. I expect that we'll get a full briefing from Trump administration officials about the action over the weekend. But I have to tell you, Dana, I was a senior in high school in 1979 when the Shah was overthrown in Iran. And the botched Carter administration's response to that was one of the reasons I voted for Ronald Reagan, my first presidential vote in 1980. And I think that what happened over the weekend was one of the reasons the American people voted for President Trump. It is peace through strength. What he did was historic. It should be viewed through that lens, and the Democrats are going to complain loudly, but they are just flat on the wrong side of history on this issue.
Not only are they complaining loudly, they're even suggesting impeachment. This is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
The president posted on Truth Social that there is a ceasefire deal between Israel and Iran. Do you believe that?
He also said that it was a war. And I think that the president of the United States admitting that he unilaterally brought the United States into a war without congressional approval is a very grave public admission. It is illegal. It is unconstitutional.
You know, they're going to try, some of the Democrats are going to say that it's illegal. There is a Washington Post editorial today by 3 law professors. The key line is that it says, although the Constitution reserves to Congress the right to declare war, exercising that power requires the legislature to take positive action. Your thoughts on the push on this piece that what Trump did was against the Constitution?
Right. He's perfectly within his authority, Dana. There's no question about that. And the Democrat argument's the contrary. I mean, what you heard just there, that is Trump derangement syndrome on full display. Pure and simple, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. That's what they're going to do. They're going to scream. But the fact of the matter is, legally, constitutionally, and obviously from a historic and moral side of this argument, the president was on solid ground, and the American people know that, which is why I believe a majority of Americans, including a lot of Democrats, support what the president did.
All right, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so on the big, beautiful bill, I know the goal is to try to get us to the president's desk by the 4th of July. He just posted about it. I'm going to tell you what he said in just a second. Senator Kennedy from Louisiana, he's frustrated with the bill a little bit. Listen to him here.
I've already found a few things in this bill that we weren't told about, and I'm not happy. And the response, well, you should read the bill. I have read the bill.
And this is what the president said. It's a long post. I'm just going to cut to the second part. He said, to my friends in the Senate, lock yourself in a room if you must. Don't go home and get the deal done this week. Work with the House so they can pick it up and pass it immediately. No one goes on vacation until it's done. Everyone, most importantly, the American people, will be much better off thanks to our work together. Make America great again. Are you going to need to lock people in a room, sir?
Well, we've been doing a good amount of that, Dana, and we will for the balance of this week. But we have to get on this. We need to get it done. Failure here is not an option. And this is the fulfillment and implementation, this bill, of the president's agenda. It's securing the border, it's modernizing our military, it's making America energy dominant, it's tax relief for working families, it's reducing the size and scale and cost of government by getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. This is what the American people voted for, and that's what we intend to deliver. So failure is not an option. There's a lot, as you would expect, a lot of swirl at this point in the legislative process, and so we're hearing people out, working, responding to their feedback and taking their input. Trying to incorporate things into the bill that make it stronger and better. But we have to get this done, and I'm hopeful that we will succeed by the end of the week here in the Senate. And then we'll see what the House can do and if we can get it on the president's desk soon.
So I know how to follow this stuff pretty closely, like in minutia. I could get into it if I really want to, but I got to tell you, the back and forth, to me, it feels like a lot of the same. But what I wonder is, how would you explain to people watching, or that might see this later, why it's important to them and their personal finances, when they're sitting there with their families, or maybe they're a single person trying to buy a home, figuring out a way to make their life work in a way that they feel like they can fulfill the American dream. Does this bill address some of their economic concerns?
Absolutely, and you've got to have, the goals in this bill are a safer America, a stronger America, and a more prosperous America. And to your point, Dana, the average working American working family, I can tell you in South Dakota, if an average family in South Dakota, if we don't pass this bill, will face a $2,500 tax increase at the end of this year. That is the real world impact of this on people. Plus, you get the energy, the regulatory, the tax policy working in a way that creates economic growth, that creates better paying jobs, people's incomes go up, that enables them to do more for them and their families. So that's what this is about. It's about a growing, dynamic, expanding economy that makes America safer, stronger, and more prosperous for the long run.
Economic growth is the key that makes me listen a little bit more. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks, Dana.